I want to welcome you all to the regular December board meeting. Time is now 6 p.m. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Mr. Steve Smith, would you deliver our invocation, please?
Absolutely. Please remove your hats. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together tonight. Father, we ask you to lead, guide, and direct us in a direction and a path that will make the lives better for our students, our teachers, and our faculty and our staff. And Father, just give this board direction to make the decisions that will help them all. In your heavenly name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This time, can I have a motion to approve the agenda as amended to include a second PAR, which will be action item number 2?
That's so much.
Motion by Mr. Smith, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Enos. Any further discussion? All in favor? 5, none opposed. Thank you. This time we have some student recognitions. I'm going to call up Athletic Director Mr. Chris Parker.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you guys being here. I just want to say, we get people every month for that Pledge of Allegiance thing, man. That's a real treat for me every month. We say the invocation and people sitting down and all that. We got to work on it. I appreciate you guys having us here today. We're going to recognize our fall region champs. As you can see, we got a packed house. We got no parking. These people don't have anywhere to sit. I consider all that a good problem to have. It's nice to have multiple teams win the region championship in one season. It's just our fall sport. So really proud of these guys. We're going to recognize them tonight. We've got several of them that can't be here because our basketball teams are playing at the junior high tonight. We've got some of the girls and the guys from these teams are on those teams. And so, we got some people not here, but we want to recognize as many of them as we can. So very fortunate this year in the junior high level and our Mountain Middle School League to have had 3 fall region champions. For those of you that don't understand or know how that works, we have 7 teams in our cultural district in the middle school level, us and Gilmer, Fannin, Union, White, Lumpkin, Dawson, and we combined a few years ago to create a middle school league where we play every sport. We can all play together and compete for a championship. And so they gave out 4 championships in the fall. We won 3 of them. So out of 17, pretty good. Proud of these guys and these coaches and these athletes. The first group we're going to bring up is our Pickens Junior High softball team. Come on down, softball team. Come on up here. I'll talk about you for a minute. Yeah, give them a round of applause. This group is coached by Coach Bradley Bernard, and they were able to actually won the region championship last year as well when they were 7th graders, and now won it again this year. So very proud of them. They were able to defeat, I think, Union in the championship game and had a great season. So congratulations. Let's get all you guys in there. We'll take a picture, and then you guys can turn around and shake everybody's hand and get in there and take a picture. You guys are setting the standard for everybody else.
Which camera are we looking at? Look in the mirror. Just look in the middle.
Great job.
Good job.
Good job.
Congratulations to our softball team. I'm really proud of them. Next, we're going to bring up our junior high volleyball team. Coach Kleinberg and his group are on up. I'm going to learn my lesson. You guys come right here and shake hands and then set up for a picture. Coach Kleinberg's being humble, but he was also part of this. He wants to come up with Our junior high volleyball team won the Mountain League this year. It actually came, were the 3 seed and played all the way through in the tournament and won the end of season tournament. Had a great job. We actually did not have middle school volleyball 5 years ago and just added it in the last 5 years. And this program's gone from that into winning the region championship. So really proud of these young ladies and their coaches, and look forward to seeing what they can do the next few years at the high school or if they're back again at the junior high. Let's give them a round of applause.
Close to you. Hold on.
Thank you, guys. Next group will be our 8th grade junior high football team. A lot of these guys I know can't be there. The coach, Kobe Shaw's coach basketball tonight, and some of the other guys. But we got some of our staff here and some of them. So anybody football, come on down. Come on down. Start down here, guys. I even help some of these guys. So start down here. Go down and shake hands. And we'll talk about it. There you go, John. Start to stand.
Hey, I'm glad you dressed up for this. We're here. Oh, we had a couple more than this.
No, John.
Y'all go to the
No,
Don't come over.
I'll move over to the middle. Our 8th grade football team, very similar to softball, won the championship back-to-back years for them when they were 7th and 8th graders. They actually haven't lost a game either year, so they've been undefeated in the 7th grade, and this year went undefeated as 8th graders. So a good group of young men, good group of coaches, proud of them, and look forward to seeing what they can do moving forward. So thank you, guys. Let's give them a round of applause.
Oh, pictures.
Thank you. Our last one's a high school cross country, but before we do that, I just want to say, because we have so many junior high people, let's give a round of applause to all these parents for all they're doing. It's not every day I get to talk, so I'm taking my time, but the parents make these extracurricular activities go a lot of times. The parents are the ones that have to sacrifice, at least until they get to the high school, to bring them to everything and encourage them to stay with it and whatever. So we don't get a chance to thank the parents very often. So thank you guys for all you've done to encourage your sons or daughters to participate, and please continue to encourage them to participate. The last group we're going to bring up is our high school cross-country team. So come on down, Coach White and his team. Could have started down there, but yeah, no, it's okay. They don't want that. I'm nobody. These are
Good to see you.
For those of you who don't know what we do with this, the difference in high school is at the high school level, the Georgia High School Association and state sends us into a region, which may or may not be the same as the middle school. So we participate in Region 6-4A with Gilmer and Northwest Whitfield, Southeast Whitfield, Heritage, Lafayette, and Ridgeville. And these guys have won the region. In high school, it's even more difficult to win the region than it is at the junior high level, and really proud of them. The boys cross country team's actually won the Region 5 in the last 7 years. So that's really impressive. You know, to put that in perspective for you guys, you know, we won the region championship twice in boys basketball, once in football, you know, in 65 years. So they won it 5 and 7 years, to put in perspective what that is. So after, I think girls basketball has won 9 region championships, but after girls basketball, boys cross country now has won more region championships than anybody else in the school. So very good group of young men, good coaches, proud of them. No pressure, but now we got to win 6 out of 8. You know what I'm saying? But really proud of these guys. They work hard. Cross country is a hard sport. You know, they do for their exercise what we did to punish people. You know, they go and run. So tough sport. Proud of you guys. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Parker. Thank you all for being here. Yes, I am. Go right ahead. Okay, Superintendent Reports, Dr. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First up is our finance report. Ms. Smith.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson. We'll review our general fund. We have collected 23.71% of our budgeted revenue. I just draw attention to the top right-hand line, if you can focus on that from that far away. Property taxes, of course, were due first week of December. As of December 6th, we had received about a little over $18 million. Of course, we will not have total property collections until into next year because everyone doesn't pay on time, but we're very pleased to see 18 million roll in here. Makes December payroll kind of easy. So our budgeted expenditures, we have 29.65% of the budgeted expenditures expended at this point. You're going to notice quite a few encumbrances. We have had a basically paperwork issue come up where we're having to collect some additional paperwork from vendors to verify that we are using contractors that are enrolled or exempt from the federal E-Verify requirements. As this process, we are actually having to issue purchase orders a little bit earlier than normal for the second half of the year. So those numbers, they are normal, everything is good. Don't be concerned about that, but we have had to kind of change our procedures a little bit. We're still feeling our way through. Stacy's department has been hit very hard, maintenance and transportation in particular. So we asked the vendors to bear with us. This is not a choice. It is something we have to do to be compliant with federal government requirements. So we're having a lot of fun with those papers right now, but if you hear vendors complain, please ask them to give me a call. I'll explain to them why we're required to do this. It is a change from what they're used to, and it is a little bit painful for them. It is just tedious. So we're trying to work with a lot of our vendors and kind of make it as easy as we can. So if you hear anything, please let me know or tell them to call me. Do y'all have any questions about general fund at this time? We'll go over to SPLOST. I can't see that far.
Well, no, you want
No.
this.
I want the collection, yeah. I can't see what you mean. Sorry. The SPLOST revenue collected for November is $453,968.21. Interest earned is $1,241.05. Expenditures totaled $1,097,336.33. And the month-end SPLOST balance was $2,649,764.13. Don't get too excited. We're fixing to have some big checks roll through. We have not had to transfer any of our designated funds at this time. We do still have $7.8 million on reserve to cover the expenditures that have been for Pickens Junior High. And let's see. Almost all the expenditures in this particular month were for that project, whether it's phase 1 or phase 2. We're now rolling into phase 2B. So do y'all have any questions on that portion? And then mark up that one. You can just leave that one up there. Our 12-month average has increased to $447,638.25. So we are still creeping upward. We're always pleased when we have local sales that are helping us out with that SPLOST. We will be talking about SPLOST renewal very soon. It is still a couple of years out, but we have to start the process early, so we have plenty of time to plan and meet all our requirements. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Operations and maintenance, Mr. Young.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson. Fairly short report this evening. It's hard to believe that this is the operations update for December 2019. A lot of work has gone in from all of these departments to get us where they are, but even Stacy was telling me a couple of days ago he's ready for a break, and they all are. But if the buildings aren't warm and the water's low, the food's not ready, and those buses aren't rolling, nothing else happens. So I want to thank all of those groups for the work that they do. Maintenance is working on some work orders, things like that. Everything's going fine in transportation, food services, everybody's in great shape. And they just wanted me to let you guys know that they wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And they thank you for what you do, because it is not an easy job. And that concludes operations report, Dr. Wilson.
Attendance.
Attendance. We'll start with the staff attendance. I don't know if I've ever done this before, but the attendance award for staff goes this month again to PHS. 2 months in a row. 96.11. Numbers are down at the schools. We're all well over 90%, of course, we always are, but there's some sickness that's out there right now that is affecting some of our staff numbers. But there's Pickens High School, 2 months in a row. Congratulations, Ms. Wallace. Look at the student attendance report. And I am pleased to report that with a 94.98% attendance, Jasper Middle School. Congratulations. There again, numbers are down across the board just a little bit. There is something going on. I think this month is Jasper Elementary. I think last month it was Tate. The month before it was Jasper Elementary. I'm not smart enough to figure out a pattern there, and I thought that was very interesting. So I guess we can assume from that. I don't see Stephanie, but Stephanie, there you are back at Pressure's on Tate. To keep it Tate JMS, Tate JMS. Quick dropout report, Dr. Wilson. The numbers that we have up there on the board will show you that for the month of November, we had 4 reported that brought us to a total of 11. I am pleased to report to everyone that we gained one of those individuals back. And so our total actually drops down to a total of 10 as opposed to the 11. So we're sitting at 10 withdrawals for the school year coming up on the end of the first semester. So that's pretty impressive. And there again, a lot of work goes into the effort to get everybody to school and make sure that the reports get done and everything gets taken care of. It's amazing what goes into making the school system work. We've got a lot of good people, and it's an honor to be a part of it. And that concludes my report, Dr. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Young. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson. That'll bring us down to action items. First action item on the agenda is approval of the personnel action report number 1. Do I hear a motion to present the PAR number 1 as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Ms. Enos. Do I hear a second? Second by Mr. Smith. Any further discussion? All in favor? 5 and none opposed. Thank you. Approval of the second action item is approval of PAR number 2. Do I hear a motion to approve PAR number 2?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Mr. Smith. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Finley. Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? 3-2, that carries. Action item number 3, approval of certificate of completion Pickens Junior High School Renovation Project Phase 1. Dr. Wilson or Stacy, would y'all like to touch on that?
This is just a certificate required by the state of Georgia saying that we've paid our bills. And we have paid our bills. They're all completed and Amy's paid them everything they've asked for. And it helps us get our money back from the state that we were earning through entitlement. So it'll process their payment to us sooner too. So I want to get it through this month if we could.
Thank you. Can I hear a motion to approve that?
I'll make that motion.
Motion Motion by Ms. Youngblood, do I hear a second? Second by Mr. Smith. Any further discussion? All in favor? 5 and none opposed. Thank you. Action item number 4, approval recommendation of District 6 Education Committee. Ms. Walker, is that your, or Dr. Wilson, anyone want to touch on that?
Well, of course, we have our Pickens County Sex Education Aids and Education Committee. They met on November the 20th. A number of our community people met. They went over the curriculums. This is just a continuation. Like we're asking for the approval of curriculum for child help, speak up, be safe. And then at the high school, the grad point lessons that over the health and sex ed. It's not new. It's something we've done in the past and just need your approval for it.
Do I hear a motion to approve the District 6 Education Committee's recommendation?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Ms. Enos, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Smith. Any further discussion? All in favor? 5 and none opposed. Thank you. Action item number 5, approval to amend the 2019-2020 Pickens County School calendar. This was approved last year, and we'll have to amend it because of graduation will now be on Friday night rather than Saturday morning, and so we're going to do an in-service day on Friday rather than go to school.
And the last day of school will be that Thursday.
Yes. Any questions on that? Do I hear a motion to approve that amendment?
I'll motion to approve that.
Motion by Ms. Enos, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Bentley. Any further discussion? All in favor? 5 and none opposed. Thank you. And action item number 6, approval of the January regular board meeting date to be held on January 9th. That's the second Thursday of the month at 6 p.m. Do I hear a motion to approve that?
I make that motion.
Motion by Ms. Youngblood. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Enos. Any further discussion? All in favor? 5 and none opposed. Thank you. Action item number 7, approval of minutes for the November 14th called and regular board meetings. I believe everyone's had a chance to review the minutes. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes as presented? Motion by Mr. Smith. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Enos. Any further discussion? All in favor? 5 and none opposed. Section 7, board comments. Any more comments from anyone? I want to take a minute to compliment. Back in November, we had Mary Ann's contacted us and needed a place to locate their community Thanksgiving because they didn't have a location. And so we worked with them and agreed, and took a lot of work from a lot of people, and Beth Thompson and Mr. Wallace, and I know Miss Andrea Wood, who's an angel. I think she went in at 3 o'clock in the morning to allow Mary Ann's staff to come in, and she stayed with them the entire time on Thanksgiving. Miss Deborah and I don't know his name. Jackie with ABM were there on Thanksgiving Day, taking time away from their families to help out. Miss Jill Liberator and her husband was there volunteering. Miss Kim Brewer and her husband, Mr. Wallace, his whole family. So I just want to compliment the staff. They didn't have to do that, and they chose to do that. So and it went over very well. I never got a total number, but I think they fed well over 500 meals to people in the community. So I just want to compliment them on that. Any other comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion we adjourn.
Motion by Ms. Finley. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Enos. Any further discussion? All in favor? 5 and none opposed. We are adjourned at 6:24 p.m. Thank you all for being here tonight. Hope y'all have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.